Hey guys, welcome to Beverly Hills. Welcome to Lingua Marina. My friend Venya is joining me today.
Yes, I am.
And this class is all about pronunciation, but also about listening. Because you're used to listening to me when I'm in my studio, so it's very quiet.
When it's a controlled environment, but a real conversation is never controlled or predictable.
Exactly. So today we're gonna learn how to pronounce words that native speakers and non-native speakers use on almost daily basis. Let's start. And word number one, Venya, how do you pronounce February?
Well, I would say February. February. So ignore that first R. It is a mouthful trying to say February. It's not impossible, but it's very hard. And if you really pay attention and listen, many people don't really say it like that. People just say February. So it's a Buary, February. It's a lot faster and it's just easier. It's more effortless, and American English is all about it being effortless.
In February 1992, Nicole filed for divorce.
If you remember, a couple months ago I made a short video for this channel where I asked Venya how to pronounce the word fifth.
Right.
So he taught me to pronounce it like fifth. So you don't really pronounce the third F. But the thing is, it is okay to pronounce this word in different ways. I get so many comments from people saying nobody says fifth, everybody says fifth. So in reality,
wait, what?
A lot of people told me that
People say fifth?
fifth. Yeah. And so there.
Well, you're stupid. Fight me. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Of course, it's okay to say things in different ways, but in my humble opinion, saying fifth is very impractical. It's kind of strange. Fifth? Are you serious? Are you kidding me right now? Come on. Come on. We don't have time like that. What kind of time are you on? No.
So the easier way to pronounce fifth is fifth.
Yeah, just skipping that second F, the third letter.
And honestly, after we did this video and after I got all the controversial comments, I started listening to people around me. How do they pronounce? And I would say 99% would say fifth.
Yeah, without the F. Fifth.
Fifth.
It's just easier. Why would you put yourself through that trying to say fifth? Come on now. Think. I love you though.
Mr. Clark, 5th grade.
This is the 5th iteration.
That's the 5th time she's called this morning.
Who's the 5th ticket for?
Seems imagined, like secrets in 5th grade.
Now, I don't think a lot of people can argue with me on this one because it is kind of universal in that sense. But we have Monday, we have Tuesday, and then we have, you're right, Wednesday. So even though it's spelled like Wednesday, obviously that sounds weird and bizarre. So it is Wednesday. Like when you say when, oh, when are you coming here, right? So it's Wednes with a Z, day, Wednesday.
It was Wednesday, I think. Yeah, Wednesday night.
Of course, you guys know words like could, should, would, etc. When you say them in American English, something that I've learned here, your lips should act as if they're numb. Like if you just went to the dentist and they prepared you for surgery, so they numb your mouth. So it's like could, should, would. Because sometimes we're tempted to say would, should, could, which doesn't sound American. Could, should, would is more American.
I would if I could.
And of course, don't forget there are many ways to pronounce different words, and people will still understand you.
Okay, so we have first, second, third, fourth. We established fifth in this video. The next one is very tricky. So the next one is sixth. Now, of course, you don't want to emphasize that too much, obviously, but it needs to be there still. So here's the trick. When you say six, the last sound of that is S, correct? And the TH, the voiceless TH sound that we use at the end of sixth, is very similar. The only difference is your tongue is out just a little bit and you blow out air. So from S, you have to go into th. And the best way to do that is just stick your tongue out. That's it. S, s, s. Do this exercise a couple of times slowly. S, s, s. And then you're ready to say six, six. And then gradually you can speed it up, 6th, 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 and then it'll be seamless. So there you go.
Thank you.
Remember that 6th grader who kept stealing your lunch?
If you're enjoying this video and need more tips like these, Venya has the whole course on how to sound like an American, where he goes into details about where you put your tongue, how you open your mouth, what is the technique of saying particular sounds in English. So if you're interested, there would be a promo code below this video. Please sign up and start taking the course right away.
And let me tell you why it's important. Depending on your ear is not the most reliable thing, because obviously it's something that you need to work on. Not everyone's, ability to hear specific sounds is the same, and not everyone's ability to hear those sounds is good, So that's why I came up with something a little more reliable, which is if the instructions are put your tongue behind your front top teeth, you can't really mess that up, so it doesn't really matter how well you hear. It's all about just literally doing the movements that you need to do and the motions that you need to do, and it actually makes it easier to work on your pronunciation and get rid of your accent.
A couple more words we wanted to talk about in this video are words clothes and months. So there are two ways to pronounce these words. One of the ways, you can simplify everything, and instead of saying clothes, you just say clothes, just omitting the th sound completely. Clothes, months, months, like you're just omitted. It's not there. Months.
Even 7 months pregnant, Lainey couldn't keep her clothes on.
But
if you want to be a little more detailed with it, because even when you are seemingly just throw them away, and I'm talking about the THs, they are still present just a little bit. So obviously when you say clothes or months, you never want to focus on the THs too much and stretch them out too much. But what you do want to do is still keep them there just a little bit. Obviously it's just an option. You don't have to do that. So, when you practice, obviously you want to exaggerate everything and say clothes, months, just like we did with 6th, same concept. But, eventually you will find a way, and it's very personal to everyone. That's why we love English, because everyone has their own version, and you really need to get to know yourself through English, and that's what we love about it. So once you get a little more experience under your belt, you'll be able to say clothes or months without stretching it too much, to the point where it would sound pretty much just like clothes and months, but it's very faint, it's very weak, but it's there. Clothes, months.
Clothes.
13 months to the day since Gandalf sent us on our long journey.
19 versus 90. And sometimes when you pronounce them in a wrong way, people just don't get the right number. So
it's actually very common with native speakers too. I often hear it when people try to say, 16 versus 60 or something like that. People have to double check and ask 60 or 16. So it's very common. If it happens to you, don't feel bad, because it's very normal. But the way you can avoid it is just place extra emphasis on the teen part of 16, 15, 14. It will be very different from 40 versus 14, right? 30 versus 13. You just put a little more emphasis and a little more stress on the teen part, and that way you can play it safe.
They put me in prison in 1992 to 93, maybe.
that was it from us for today. Venya's driving me to the airport. I'm flying back home to San Francisco. Thank you guys so much for watching this video up to the very end. Thank you so much, Venya.
Of course,
thank you. For teaching us. And looking forward to seeing you in the next videos. And don't forget that the link to the course is down below in the description. Don't forget to subscribe and see you soon. Bye.